Tell me, doctor, am I really sick? He said I'm showing characteristics of being a snobby bitch. Yeah, I'm a poppin' bitch and I know.
And oh, you're gonna love me, but you're gonna wanna hug me and squeeze me.
Tell me how you want it, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I did this semi-smoky purple and yellow eye. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes. And I'm using the Too Faced 24-Hour Insurance Primer. If you go back to a video that I had up about 2 years ago, I'm still using the same primer. And for this video, I'm going to be using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics. So on the outer corner going into my crease, I'm going to be using one of the darker purple shades out of the palette. And I'm just going to be blending that in. I'm making sure to keep the purple darker at the ends. And then I'm going to be going in and adding the deep blue shade that's also in the palette and just blending that in. Making sure I keep it darker at the end versus more towards the inner crease, whatever. Then I'm going to be taking a lighter purple shade and I'm going to be putting that near my brow bone. I'm not going all the way up to my brow bone with that purple shade. I'm just kind of like trying to smoke it out a little bit. So then I'm going back in with the darker blue color and I'm going to go ahead and put that back in my outer corner with the purple and then blend everything out. So here I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to cut my crease. So I start at the inner corner of my eye and I kind of pat it along going towards the center. Yeah, center of my eye. I'm only doing a half cut crease, so I'm going right into the center of my eye and then I'm kind of just going to pat it out towards the end. So then I'm taking a lighter yellow shade out of the palette and I'm just gonna put that where I cut my crease at. For some reason there are little specks in my eyeshadow. I don't know if that's leftover glitter on the brush or if that's the palette itself, but eventually I get it out, so it's not really a big deal. Then I'm going to be taking a slightly darker yellow shade from the palette and I'm going to put that on top of the light yellow that I used before. Only reason I'm putting the darker shade on top is because I don't really like the lighter yellow shade. I feel like it's a little too pale for me for the look I was going for. Then I'm taking a medium purple shade. It's not the lightest purple, but it's like right in the middle of the two that I use. And I'm going to be blending that in between the yellow and then the dark color that's in my outer corner. And blending that in really good so I get like a nice transition. And then I'm going to go back and add a little bit more yellow just so I can make sure everything is blending smoothly. There's not too much purple and not too much yellow. So here I am blending again. When it comes to eyeshadow, and especially doing half cut creases, blending is really the key, because if everything's all chalky and spaced out and the transition isn't good, it's just gonna look crazy. And honestly, I like this palette for blending because the colors are really easy to blend. This was my first time using this palette because I just got it, and I was impressed. I like it. It's pretty cool. So then I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer and I'm just going to clean up the edge of my eyeshadow. I had tape right there, but sometimes the eyeshadow can like dip in, so you have to go in and just clean it up yourself. And again, I'm adding a little bit more yellow. I really wanted the yellow to pop out in this look. I didn't want it to be like overshadowed by the purple and look washed out. So then in my inner corner, I'm going to put that light shade that I put on my brow bone, and I'm just going to use that in the inner corner to brighten my eye up just a little bit. So this is just a sped up version of me doing the other eye. I didn't really see the purpose of me going through all the steps that I just showed you all over again, but just in case you wanted to see it again, I went ahead and left this clip in here so you could see the steps all over again. So here I'm using the NYX Pore Filler Primer. I'm not gonna say I don't like this primer, but I'm not a big fan of this primer, to be honest. But it's what I had at the moment, so we're just gonna go ahead and use that. And the foundation that I'm gonna be using is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. And honestly, like, I just got this foundation, but honey, when I say, like, this is one of my top drugstore, does NYX count as drugstore? Okay, whatever, my top not that expensive foundations. I feel like it blends really well and it's really buildable, so you can do full-blown full face, or you can just kind of dab it on really quick if you need to go somewhere really quick. So make sure you blend that foundation into your neck, honey, because we do not want to be out here looking like two whole different colors, even though my foundation color is really spot on for my skin tone. I don't know if you can see it on camera because the camera kind of distorts everything just a tad bit, but when I say, like, this foundation is me, that's me. So then I'm going to be using that same Tarte concealer that I used to cut my crease. I'm going to use that to highlight under my eyes, my nose, and my forehead, and I dotted a little bit on my chin. Honestly, I don't do that often. I kind of just did it just to do it. So then I'm going to be taking a darker foundation. I want to say that this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation that I used. I didn't like show it in here, so I honestly can't even remember. But I'm pretty sure this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and it's about 4 shades darker than me. So then I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out. I'm using a different beauty blender than I use for my foundation because I feel like different beauty blenders give you a different finish. This beauty blender is also damp. The one that I used for my foundation was not. I don't like using a wet beauty blender to apply foundation. I feel like it wastes the foundation. Maybe that's just me, but I feel if you use a dry beauty blender, then you get more of a full coverage look versus having to build the coverage with the foundation. So then I'm going to be spraying my face with the Mario Badescu, I hope I'm saying that right, setting spray. So then I'm going to be taking the Sacha Buttercup powder and I'm going to be setting my face in my highlighted areas. Then I'm spritzing my face again, and I'm gonna use the same brush, I'm gonna be using the same beauty blender that I used with my foundation. And I don't brush my powder off anymore. I used to bake and then brush it off, but now I found that once I spray my face and just kind of set it into my skin, I get a more skin-like finish versus everything kind of being dried out. So then here I am, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I'm contouring my forehead and my jawline and my cheekbones and my nose just a little bit. I don't really contour my nose that much because I don't feel like I have a big nose that needs to be contoured. So here I am using the highlighter out of the Itsmyrayeraye BH Cosmetics palette. And all the products that I'm using, like the names of them specifically, will be listed in the description box below. So if you're like, well, which one? Just know, like, they'll be there. So then I'm gonna go ahead and take that same purple and blue shade, and I'm gonna put that under my eye. Then I'm going to be using my LA Colors lip liner pencil in the color Natural to line my lips and then fill my lips in. I didn't use a lip gloss with this look. I just took the lip liner and kind of filled it in and then put lip gloss on top of it. And the lip gloss I'm using is the NYX Buttergloss in the color Ginger Snap. So I went ahead and put my lashes on off camera. I don't have a specific name for the lashes. I just got them from my local beauty supply store. So then I'm going to be taking that same highlighter that I used from the Itsmyrayeraye palette, and I'm just going to like highlight my collarbones. I don't know why I like that whole glowy all over my body look, but that's what I was going for. So yeah, you know, you got to add a little bit of extra highlighter to the cheekbones. And then I'm setting my face with the Mario Badescu setting spray. And I'm just gonna let that dry. And that is the end of my tutorial. If you like this look, please subscribe to my channel and like this video and share it with a friend. And I will see you next time.